I think I've always wanted to be a coach for a long time, and I've always just wanted to be just like him. You know, he's my role model in life and everything, and so I've always wanted to be just like my dad. And so growing up, all I've seen around me is football, and so football is all I've seen, and football is all I've ever wanted to do. And yeah, definitely want to be a head coach one day and just be just like my dad. And maybe we're a little bit different personalities, but I would definitely, if I could ever have as much success as he have, I'd consider my life a great success. From the time I was started working at the University of Florida to now, I can't even explain how much I've learned. I feel like I've learned so much football, just little things. He just knows so much, and it's unbelievable. And all the coaches here in Florida, just learning so much from them. It's been an awesome experience, and I can't even describe. It'd be hard to say in a short clip how much I've learned, but it's been a lot. There's a lot of similarities there, but I think what a lot of people don't exactly know is that he's a very nice guy off the field. A lot of you see the intense Charlie Weis on the field, but my dad, he's a great guy off the field with his involvement and just developing me as a person, and my sister with special needs, and so everything at Hannah and Friends. I mean, he's just a great guy. He's so much more reserved off the field than he is on the field. It's a lot different, but he's still got that stern approach whenever I mess up, But he's just a great guy, and people really don't understand how good of a person he really is. He always has. I think he's wanted me to make my own decision, and so he hasn't actually had that face-to-face conversation with me. But, whenever he's around other people, he'll always try to have them discourage me from doing it, because he realizes how hard it is and how much it takes away from your family life at times too, and so he realizes that. But I think deep down, he wants me to be a coach. Yeah. I think that's definitely true. Yeah, I definitely think that that's definitely part of it. A lot of times I try and kind of separate the dad and coach thing with the players, and I think they understand that. But I think it's definitely easier when you're around their age to kind of take a more mellow approach and say, okay, he's doing this, here's what he's trying to get you to understand, and here's what he's trying to teach you right now. And I think that could definitely help at times. I think the goal for everything is for the team to improve as much as we possibly can, and I just want to my goal for myself is to help everyone on the field to be better players than they were last year and to be better each and every day.
I mean, kind of like my job. I mean, we have a nutritionist here that works all our players and gives them individual plans. I look and they do the background, but I'm kind of the enforcer of it, because I'm there all the time. So we're in constant communication with that, and yeah, we eat with them every meal. So we'll eat with them every meal, keep them after practice, do some extra. But at the end of the day, it's got to come from him. It might be, kind of like, fear is a motivator for a little bit, but love's always stronger than fear. So you got to make sure that you're there with them the whole time. I mean, I think it's been great so far. I mean, it's a constant process. I mean, I'm never happy with where I'm at because I still have a vision in my head of what the ultimate for me is, strength conditioning, which is, for me would be right now you got 105 guys in training camp, or the 85 scholarship guys, including the walk-ons. You want them to all look like what you would look like if you were training, and all have that mindset and the accountability and discipline. So it's a constant battle every day. You're never complacent, but you have little small battles that you win, and you're off to try and win the overall big picture, the big war at the end. I think the most important things are to stay, to keep it simple. Stay with your fundamentals, but it's very hard to hold on to those every day, and that's what you have to do. Whether it's, making someone accountable at the highest level and on the smallest things. So it's every day weighing guys in constantly, sending them texts, staying on top of them, watching what they eat. But you just can't tell them that. I mean, you have to go through and forcefully and make sure it gets done. So being accountable, not just following through with, under Coach Weis's, football program is accountability and being disciplined, do your job. And that's one of the things that you got to, hold them accountable to every day. Each individual buys into what he has to do to become a better football player and to help, at the end of the day, to help the team. So it's really those guys that are really learning from you, but, you have to show them the way, and you can't be lazy. You can't tell someone to do something, just stand back and watch. You got to jump in and get dirty yourself and, put the elbow grease on and go to work. Everything's, for me is position specific, because that's what they play, and that's your goal, is to get them to be better at that job that they have been, given from the head coach. But I think it's also more individual specific, because you're really training, if 90% of the game's mental, you better be training the mind. I think that's the most important thing. And, the byproduct, is getting faster, stronger, becoming a better football player. So it starts from the neck up. Is by far the most important thing. And it just ends up being that they happen to be playing that position. And I meet with all the individual position coaches all the time. We're always communicating, and I think that's important. And they're giving me their feedback, and I'm taking it and trying to go to work to make them the best they can be for their position. Yeah, every day. Like Coach Weis would say, there's no status quo. You're either getting better or you're getting worse. I follow along right with what he says. So I think you got to get, even if it's just that much better, you got to get that much better every day. You start adding that up, you got a big wall.